Building muscle is hard. We all know this. Almost every experienced lifter has remotely thought about trying steroids. It will be such a dream to build so much muscle. Or could be reality. Well, in this video I will explain how to build more muscle by fasting, why testosterone doesn't make you build muscle quicker, and why your hormone alone is worthless. I know, we are going to talk about building muscle. I know that this is what's important to you. But let me guess, you probably do bulking and cutting. Even if you don't, at some point, there is the moment when you decide that it will be better to lose a couple of pounds. Having to cut is always annoying. You earn really much strength and muscle. So wouldn't it be nice if you could get back into muscle making mode much faster? In case you want to continue spending months and months on cutting, you can skip to this point of the video. In the other case, stick around. In a Minnesota experiment, subjects were given around 1,000 calories a day in order to understand the effects of starvation. The meals consisted mostly of carbohydrates. Meals and dairy products were something pretty rare. As obvious as it is, subjects lost weight, muscle and strength. They didn't have any other alternatives than burning muscle because of insufficient energy supply. Subjects also reported the experiencing of intense hunger. Their body temperature also dropped to an average of 35.4 degrees Celsius. Let's now look at the case of Angus Barbieri, a Scottish man weighing 456 pounds who fasted for 382 days straight, losing a total of 276 pounds. As unhealthy as it sounds, so surprisingly, Angus finished his quite long fast in great health conditions. As the case report says, prolonged fasting in this patient had no ill effects. Angus kept his weight around 196 pounds for several years without returning into an obesity state. But what is the correlation between these two cases? Well, the man who ate nothing seemed to feel much better than men who had at least some food. Even though there is a substantial difference between Minnesota experiment subjects and Angus Barbieri's starting weight, endocrinology can still explain how could the 382 days fast feel better than a 1,000 calories diet. If you look at insulin,
what the fuck is this piece of shit?
Hormone released by the pancreas when we ingest carbohydrates, and glucagon, hormone needed to access energy from fat, well, they don't really like each other. In scientific terms, they are antagonists. Antagonism occurs when a hormone opposes or reverses the effect of another hormone. In the Minnesota experiment, participants just couldn't tap into their fat stores due to suppression of glucagon caused by the high insulin response diet. In fact, the body turned to gluconeogenesis, production of glucose from muscle protein. This easily explains why did the subjects lose muscle and strength. They simply couldn't access their fat stores, and so the body transformed muscle into fuel. Angus Barbieri, on the other hand, consumed only water, zero-calorie drinks, electrolytes, and vitamins. This absence of insulin production allowed him to totally access his abundant fat storage without making him lose much muscle. Growth hormone is another hormone which explains why fasting doesn't damage muscle that much. In fact, it does a similar job to glucagon, mobilizing fat adipose tissues, acting as a potent protein sparer, but it can start doing its protein-saving job only in the absence of insulin. Getting back to the present, all of this can give us a certainty that insulin, antagonist of growth and glucagon hormones, is to be avoided if we want to save our muscles from being used as fuel. By fasting, we stop releasing insulin, indirectly indicating the body to burn fat and not muscle. This way, we make ourselves able to handle much stronger calorie deficits. Of course, don't exaggerate. Not many of us do abuse them, but many of us know what performance-enhancing drugs are in use. Tren, testosterone and growth hormone. If you think about it, testosterone and growth hormone are already present inside our bodies, but of course in moderate quantities. Everyone wants to make these moderate quantities bigger. In fact, almost every fitness YouTuber has made a video on how to increase testosterone.
Testosterone or testosterone production.
As this video is about fasting, you probably guess that testosterone and growth hormone are stimulated by fasting, but it's a bit more complicated than implementing a simple 16 to 8 fasting program into your life. Now let's break a bit. I don't really want to spread misinformation, so let me be honest with you. By double checking the information from the collected studies, I came to the conclusion that fasting doesn't have a significant effect on testosterone. Yeah, there is this study about monkeys that has shown that after a 24 hours fast, the testosterone increased in the proportion to the size of the meal. Then there is this other study about 6 men fasting for 10 days straight, then significantly increasing the testosterone during their feeding period. But again, these are only 6 men. Studies done on such a small amount of subjects don't have much scientific value. You may still want to try to increase the testosterone based on the outcomes of these 2 studies. But let me clarify this quite common misunderstanding. Such an elevation of testosterone won't make you build twice more muscle. The study suggests that by increasing your testosterone, you elevate your muscle building baseline rather than improving muscle building efficiency. In fact, subjects who trained and injected testosterone experienced the gains that could be obtained by simply summarizing the gains of weightlifting only and testosterone only groups. What does this mean? It means that by increasing your testosterone, you increase how much muscle you make passively. Doesn't it sound like a dream? But of course, this video will not be called fasting as literally steroids if it didn't help to increase your muscle mass in any significant way. In fact, we still have growth hormone. The study, for example, had the subjects fast for 84 hours. Here are the changes in the GH levels. To understand what happens when you inject a mice with human growth hormone, look at this picture from Linear Principles of Biochemistry book. It looks like a famous episode of Tom and Jerry. The only problem is, make growth profit out of all this growth hormone, you need IGF-1, a hormone produced mainly by the liver in response to growth hormone stimulation. Growth hormone and IGF-1 need each other to promote growth. But while growth hormone can be produced while you are fasting, IGF-1 needs you to ingest protein and produce insulin in order to keep being produced. In fact, the study has shown that a low protein intake caused a lowering of production of IGF-1. By keeping this in mind, we understand that fasting for 20 days doesn't have any sense in terms of growth, as you won't make any IGF-1 of all the produced growth hormone. In order to build muscle by using fasting, follow these 4 simple steps. Fast for 20 to 28 hours. This is needed to spike your growth hormone. Refeed. The best choice is to eat a bunch of protein and carbohydrates. I explained the reasons earlier. Go to train. A couple of hours after a big meal, you may want to try to profit from your spike in IGF-1. And the last step, don't train during fasts, but inside your eating window. Building muscle without supplying materials before and after a workout just doesn't work. We both know that I'm just a guy from the internet, and you won't follow my guidance straight away. My job was to introduce you to the potential of fasting. Now you can go and do your own research, maybe coming back to reevaluate what has been said in this video. This was Fasting is Literally Steroids. Thank you for watching, don't forget to leave a like, and see you next one. Bye.